This episode is brought to you by Manscaped.com. They just launched their brand new Ultimate Premium Collection and they just hooked me up. You get the body wash, shampoo, conditioner, you get deodorant, you even get the lip balm, and you get the body spray. So all you got to do is go to manscaped.com and use the promo code can't wait 20. That's can't wait 20. And you're going to get all of this. All of this. It's a big package, plus the lip balm. All you got to do is use the promo code can't wait 20 and go get yours while supplies last. Welcome to another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So in this episode, man, I'm gonna talk about DJ Envy and his wife. They got a new book out, and the book is pretty good. I actually bought it, and there's something about their relationships that we can learn from. We can learn from their trials and tribulations and everything, believe it or not. And I think Envy's wife was on the Breakfast Club this week, and she basically was talking about how she didn't have a orgasm. I mean, she was talking about all the trials and tribulations, of course, but she was the thing that really got a lot of people's attention with the book is when she said she hadn't had an orgasm in over 10 years. And, people that follow me want to know what I thought about that. And my thoughts, initial thoughts was 10 years, that's all? 10 years ain't nothing. There's some women out here ain't never had an orgasm. There's some women out here ain't never had an orgasm. And then there's some women out here will never have an orgasm with the guy that they're with. And it doesn't matter how long they've been together. That's why I said 10 years ain't nothing. What happened with them is they got together when they was in high school. And they've been together for over, I think she said over 21 years. So they've been together for a long time. And relationships go up and down. And the main thing that you can learn from their relationship is women don't really care as much about money as you think. And being a good provider and take care of the family and all that stuff, that's great. You should do that as a man. You should do that as a parent or as a husband. That's a given. But that doesn't make a woman's panties wet. You have to understand that. A lot of guys think that, hey, I've accomplished all this. I got a big house, cars, clothes, jewelry, kids. And they be like, hey, my wife will never leave me. Look what I got. She's not going to find anyone else out there like that. But it's not really about that, Now, of course, there's some women that wouldn't leave. Yeah, we understand that. But That doesn't matter, though. That's the thing. What matters is that's not going to make her have an orgasm. That's the point I'm trying to make. Her having an orgasm ain't had nothing to do with material gain. A lot of guys can't wrap their minds around that. Because a lot of guys have a trick mentality. They be like, hey, if I get the money, I'll sell her a dream and she'll be all mine. And then those same women will leave. We've seen this with a bunch of entertainers. They make millions of dollars and the woman still leaves. So money only goes but so far. You can't buy love and affection. You can buy a hoe. You can buy a prostitute. You can buy sex. But you can't buy genuine love and affection. I think that was the main theme, main concept of the book. You know, and some of these same guys, well, some guys are just tricks. They're always going to be tricks. You know, some guys just can't be helped. You know, I don't know. You know, some guys they're going to be who they're going to be until they die. You know, sometimes I'll be like, oh shit. You know, some guys just can't be helped, you know. But what it is, man, is you might have a woman that ain't never had an orgasm with you. And majority of times we just assume that, hey, it's the guy's fault. He don't know what to do. He's inexperienced and on and on and on and on. You know, now we never assume that it's the woman's fault. We never assume that the woman's inexperienced. You know, and a lot of women, men and women, play up on it. Women play up on it because women see every woman that I've ever met in my life. She got the best box, the best jelly box on the planet. There's no one else, no other woman's box is better than hers. Every woman thinks this, you know.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Every woman thinks this, and we know that ain't true. There's no one jelly box that's better than the other. Now, some might be wetter, juicier. Some might be a squirter. Okay, yeah, I get that, you know. But it ain't nothing special, unique. Some women are petite. Some women are more or bigger, boned. Some women are taller, slimmer. I get all of that. We get all that. That goes without being said. But there's nothing unique about the vajayjay. You know, okay? It's just a mentality. It's a mindset. It's how you see the woman, thinks about the woman. That's what it is. Has she earned your respect? That's what it really boils down to. You know, how you think about her. Right? And so a lot of women, it's based on my experience. And I've had a very unique experience than most guys. Based on my experience, a lot of women don't know what they be doing in the bedroom. They don't. A lot of them talk that talk like and the biggest talkers are the ones that don't really know what they're doing. But they think they know what they're doing. And that's the problem. They think they know what they're doing, and they'll get ran through and be complaining about how they're not being pleased. And I'll be looking like, you're not that good as you think you are. But most guys will not say that to her because he wants to go back and hit it. And most women, they don't really know if she's good or not. They don't really know. They can't really say. And most guys are not going to tell a woman that she's whacking the sack. They're not going to do it. Now a woman will tell a guy that much quicker. Just like Envy's wife, she told him that she was faking an orgasm when she got upset. They got in an argument, and that slipped out. That's usually how it happens, though. Women don't say things when it's a good time, when y'all having a good time. Like during the holidays, they don't say things then. They say it when usually they get in a heated debate or argument or something like that. But at least she was honest. And they were young back then. So they both were trying to figure things out. They were young and inexperienced. And she was a virgin. She was Envy's first. And even Envy was inexperienced back then as well. So they grew up together and they had to figure out a lot of things. But just keep in mind, if a woman is not having an orgasm, it ain't really about skill all the time. Look, I was giving women orgasms when I didn't even know what I was doing when I was in my early teens and 20s. I didn't know what I was doing, and they were gushing. So it's not about skill all the time, because that same man or same woman can go sleep with somebody else and the sex will be great. And also that same man or woman can go sleep with another person and the sex might be horrible. So it's not about skill all the time. It's about, is that person into you like that? Now, a lot of people have a hard time getting into anybody because they got so much trauma they've been through, mental blockage, and maybe they got molested or taken advantage of. Who knows, man? So if you never dealt with that trauma in your life, it's going to be hard for you to connect with anybody, man or woman. That's usually has a lot to do with people connecting. But if you can't connect with that man or that woman, it's going to be an uphill battle. You're going to be pushing and grunting and licking and doing all this stuff, and she still ain't going to bust off. And see, it's not your job to fix people. Not your job to fix a man or a woman. The mind have to be in a good place first. And some people are just not, some people shouldn't be together anyway. Some people are just not into certain people. And you have to know, as a man, you have to figure out what types of women would be into you before you even get to the bedroom. Some people have instant chemistry. That doesn't happen very often, but it happens. It ain't got nothing to do with your bank account, how you grew up, where you're from, or what your job, how you living. Ain't got nothing to do with that at all. Because you ain't got to know the person's name. It ain't got nothing to do with your parents. If you got both parents, you got no parents, your grandma raised you. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. You don't even have to know the person. You can meet the woman right now. 15 minutes, she can be gushing. The whole bed wet up. It ain't got nothing to do with no skill. The majority of the time. If you're 20 years old, how much skill do you really have? Let's just be honest. If you're 15, 16, how much skill do you really have? If you're a teenager, you don't know a damn thing about sex. You might think you know. And even if you might be 30 years old, and if you look back to you being 17, 18 years old, you would be, and if you're honest with yourself, you would say, I really didn't know shit. And you might be 30 years old and still not. You might be just still learning. And that's okay. But it's not about skill all the time. See, well, we've taken sex and turned it into a goddamn event. Like, hey, it's like a heavyweight round fight, and we got to get ready for the night. So the woman has to put on the lingerie, and the guy got to have some sexy silk boxes on, and he has to be all have the coconut oil on him before he come in the bedroom, and she has to have the Victoria's Secret lotion on. She has to smell good, look good, batting her eyes, hair done, with the heels on, along with the lingerie, all this crazy bullshit that grandma didn't do with grandpa back in the day. But we started doing it because these big brands got to make money. I get it, you know? And back in the day, there wasn't no damn dating. Grandma didn't date grandpa because of all this money and stuff, material stuff he had, and all this money he had. He had no money. 9 times out of 10, your grandpa didn't have no money. He didn't have none. Most people didn't. But your grandmother was still attracted to grandpa though. And she still got wet. And 9 times out of 10, she still came. You know why? Because she was into him like that. That's what it really comes down to. And it was organic. It was natural. It wasn't made up. She didn't go 10 years faking orgasm and acting like she was like grandpa was blowing her mind and all that nonsense. Now, some people will say, well, hey man, it's a different time today. It might be, it is a different time today. But people haven't changed very much. People haven't changed very much from now to 80 years ago. Grandma got bent over by your grandpa. Or your mom or your dad got bent over by your dad. And that's how you got here. And it's not really that complicated. That's the thing. I think that's the message that they were trying to say in the book. Real life, real love. That's the whole message in the book. And it's a very good book. I highly recommend you go get it, man. It's on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble. You know? Because with all the stuff that Envy had, all his accomplishments, this woman was about to leave. She was about to leave, man. It was a guy that some guy named Raheem and Tyrese basically talked her into giving Envy another chance. And it was a process, just like she said. If you go watch the Breakfast Club interview with Envy and Charlamagne the God and Angela Yee, she talks about it a little bit. It was a process. It didn't happen overnight, you know, but she gave him another chance and they worked it out. And she called off the divorce, you know, because she already paid the attorney and everything. So divorce was kind of like on the verge, like on the way. So she called it off, and they still together. But it really had, you know, this woman was going to walk away. You know. So it's a good book, man. But just remember that if a woman doesn't orgasm, or maybe the woman is not enjoying herself in the sack, don't assume that it's the guy. Maybe the woman's just not into that guy like that. You just never know. And a lot of times, if a woman, let me give you if a woman is into you, you don't even have to touch her. Her panties will be wet. You can talk to her on the phone, and just the sound of your voice, her panties will get wet. Because she's just into you like that. Even a text. If you say the right things in words, text. Why do you think a lot of women like reading them Zane novels? Sex novels. That's basically all Zane. That's basically all she be writing. They love reading that shit because it makes them feel good inside. It's like she's the writer Zane, she's basically tapping into a woman's emotions. And she's imagining being with a man that's just like in the Zane books. Oh, well, she got a movie now. She got a couple movies out, just like in the Zane movies. Women like those movies and they like those books because they want to be in that fantasy. They want a man to do what she's writing about in her books. That's why she's selling millions of copies of it. And these women don't know the writer Zane. At one point, they thought it was a man writing the books. They don't have to know if the writer was a man or a woman. They don't have to know the woman or the man. If that woman is into that guy, 10, 15 minutes later, she can be gushing. And it ain't got nothing to do with, most of the time, it ain't got nothing to do with looks. It ain't got nothing to do with looks most of the time. It's just, it could be his aura, his energy, his charm, his charisma. The money and the rest of the stuff really ain't got nothing to do with it. It's good if you have money, have cars, clothes, jewelry, whatever. That's cool. But do that for you. Don't do it for her. Don't lead with money and get into that flashing. All that does attracts hood rats and wannabe gold diggers. And those relationships don't end well. So do yourself a favor and don't even get caught up into that. Because a lot of guys will say, I get the money, I'll sell her a dream. Yeah. And if you get that woman pregnant, you gonna end up paying child support. If she's a hood rat or a wannabe gold digger or a trifling woman, you know she gonna put you on child support. And these same guys that lead with money, they're surprised that the woman put them on child support. And then they're complaining on the internet. I'm like, you got married to a hood rat. What do you expect to happen? If you got married to a hood rat, you can't have a family with no woman like that. And these guys are going to complain, man, she put me on child support, man, because she's a hood rat. I mean, a lot of these dudes are hood dudes. And I be like, you a hood dude, you live in the hood. 9 times out of 10, you gonna date in the hood. So of course come on, man. This is like, to me, man, this is simple. This is not complicated. If I lived in the hood, I wouldn't date a woman in the hood unless we're on the same page, unless we're vibrating on the same page, same energy. You know, she's a forward thinker, I'm a forward thinker. Okay, that's a little different. But for the most part, most of these women are not like that in the hood. No. I would date a woman out the hood. That's just me. You tell me what you think below. Maybe you read the book. If you read the book, tell me what you think below. You know, until next time, I'm out. Peace. Did you like that video? If you want more of that, it's right here. Boss Life Secrets on Amazon.com. And share this video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.